Hey, you go back to the cup off of that. What are you doing, Jackie girl?
Laying on my...
Baby?
Hey, it's finally working. Yay.
Could you imagine living like that guy did?
Yeah. Wow. Finally working.
That was disgusting.
Finally working.
Me and Jason's face was priceless. I went to go in, I'm like, and Jason went to go in, and he looked at me like, what are we walking into, Crystal?
Yep, I'm finally live. I've been waiting on my computer to get this done. And tonight is Throwdown Thursday. And you know what? Today's been one of those days that it's just been like, wow, what the heck is going on? But you know, I'm going to talk to the part of you that keeps trying to negotiate with all the excuses that are out there, because I know I've got them myself. We all have excuses.
We're all going through something like that.
Yep. And excuses don't show up as enemies. They show up as options. They show up sounding reasonable. They show up sounding protective, like they're going to protect you from something bad's going to happen. You know, protect you from losing all your money, or protect you from, who knows? And maybe they even show up sounding like they're trying to help you. Wait for the right moment. How many of you have ever had that time period where you're waiting for the right moment? And yeah, well, we'll just leave it at that. If you wait for the right moment to press that gas pedal, you'll never leave. If you wait for all the green lights to line up in a row, you'll never move. And what the heck, really? Weird, that wasn't working. But it is now. And oh, well, look at that. Anyways, with it being Throwdown Thursday, you know, we all tend to try and have our excuses. We all have them. We all try and do something with them. They don't show up as enemies. They show up as options. They show up as things to be protective. They show up as being reasonable. You know, maybe they show up as something that they're waiting. They're helping us. But hear me out. Excuses are not obstacles. Okay? Excuses are not obstacles. Excuses are more of a, what's the word I want to use? Excuses are more like killers to your dreams, because they are negotiating with your future, and every negotiation costs you momentum. So we're going to shut that down. We're going to shut the negotiations down and step into the version of you that doesn't bargain with your greatness. And we're going to start by thinking about the psychology behind excuses. Because see, excuses don't come from weakness. They come from fear. Yeah. Fear of falling. Fear of failing. Fear of succeeding. I've encountered that one myself. Fear of being seen. Guilty. Fear of being judged. Fear of repeating past mistakes. Because see, excuses don't need evidence. They just need your permission to grow. They just need your permission to expand and take over and grab the steering wheel of your life. Because too many people are giving permission to those excuses. And that's why they never have anything in our life. That's why they never go after their dreams. That's why they never try to have anything that they really, really, truly want. They never get that car. They never get that job. They never get that house. They never get that land because they're too afraid. But they find an excuse that it's not time for it yet. I'm not ready for it yet. Because see, we've all withstood storms that people never seen. I mean, I can go to my closet and open a closet and now there's going to be storms in there screaming at me like crazy because we don't share all that details. You've withstood storms that people have never seen, as have I. You've also survived seasons where people never understood. They never understood why you don't do things. They think it's awkward. Quietly talk behind your back when you're in the other room getting them whatever. Because they don't understand why you don't like doing this. They don't understand why you're scared. They just don't understand. They don't know. We don't know what goes on in other people's heads. Plain and simple. And you know what? We've all carried weight that people never seen, that people have never recognized. We carried it all. We made the decision either keeping it locked up in our closet in our head or to share it. And most of the time, it's locked up in the closet in our head. And so people never realize what's there. And because you withstood so much, all your excuses that you come up with, they seem justified. I'm not going to try this new job because of the fact that in the past, I tried something new and I failed. I'm not going to try going after this new business because in the past, I tried something new and I failed. See, what happens is your excuses sound earned because you've tried something in the past. And so therefore, you feel like you've earned the excuse. They sound like you need a break. You don't need a break. You didn't survive all that to negotiate with hesitation, to negotiate with procrastination, to negotiate with a lower self of yourself. You're delaying your greatness. You're delaying your future. You're delaying your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. You're delaying your family's future. Because this is where you're commanding the chaos kicks in. Because you have to assess your excuse. I'm tired. Or the excuse, you know what, I'll start tomorrow. It's kind of late tonight. I don't want to get started in something because it might take longer than I'm ready for it. So I'll start tomorrow. Maybe I'll start next week so I could study a little bit more on it, because I just don't know enough. I don't know enough yet. So I'm going to wait till next week or maybe next month to start, because I just don't know enough. And then there's the old standby. What if I fail? What if you tried and you failed? What are you going to do? I'm tired. Well, get it done and get some sleep. I'll start tomorrow. What's going to be different between tomorrow and today if you started a little bit today and finish it up tomorrow? I don't know enough yet. You know what? Nobody ever does. You learn as you go. You just start throwing mud on a wall. What sticks, you go with it. Well, what if I fail? Well, get back up. Try again. You did that as a kid. Every time you fell on your booty, you got back up and tried walking again. Every time you couldn't get the square peg in a round hole, you tried it again. Every time you fell off your bicycle, you got on it again. Because see, excuses are not emotionally tied. They're not dramatically tied. They're just truthful procrastination links. You use them as procrastinator. You use them as an excuse, but really they're procrastinators. I love the procrastinations, huh? Because see, when you own, because once you see an excuse for what it is, purely a negotiation tactic for you to try and be comfortable, you stop treating it like a fact and you start realizing it's just words. It's not true. Because you can own it. And owning your patterns, owning your excuses, those are patterns that you choose to keep. Because patterns are predictable. And you know what? Predictable things are breakable. So if you've been sitting there negotiating with your excuses because it's easier than negotiating with your potential, you can change. It just takes a little bit of effort, because potential demands that. Potential demands your effort. The potential demands you attempt to do something. Whereas excuses demand nothing. Excuses, that's okay. Don't worry about it. You can start tomorrow. Excuses say, oh, you got a headache. Oh, just go take a nap. Oh, you're not feeling good. Oh, just go lay down. Oh, the brakes aren't working in your car. Well, you know what? You don't have to go to work. You can just stay home and watch TV all day. Excuses demand nothing from you. They are your ultimate thing about comfort. They will try and tell you, it's okay. It's okay. Go to the couch, sit down, relax. You'll be fine. You'll be okay. Whereas potential, let's go now. Let's go now. Let's go now. That's what potential does. Potential requires courage to try something new. Potential requires that courage for you to stand up and do something about it. Where excuses are your best friend. Come here, look, I got a chair over here. Come sit by me. Relax. We don't need to get up and do any work right now. We can sit and relax. We can shoot the shit for a while. Put your feet up. Look, you got your feet up on a desk. Look, you can pet my kitty. I've got a kitty over here. See, comfort requires, excuses requires comfort. It welcomes you in like lost cousins. Hey, welcome, come on in. Let me give you a big hug and kiss and blah, blah, blah. And let me make you some dinner. Let me this, let me that. Hey, sit down, relax, take your feet up. Comfort, excuses pull the comfort in. Whereas potential requires you courage to stand up and say no. Because comfort never changed a life. Comfort never created a legacy. Comfort's not creating my wow movement, that's for sure. I'm doing a lot of work. I have been uncomfortable for the last bit. And you know what? You need to figure out who you are and where you're going. You need to anchor yourself in who you actually are. Are you seeking excuses so you can stay comfortable? Or are you seeking potential so that you can find your goals? So that you can find your dreams, so you can find your destiny. Because see, a person who doesn't run from their storms, they walk through them. And you're a storm walker. You're here listening to me right now. You're a storm walker. That's all there is to it. God bless you. And Dominus Vobiscum, you're a storm walker. And I'll bless you as a storm walker. Because you're here listening. You're here joining me. You've overcame things in the past that other people would have fallen down and cried, curled up in a fetal position and cried about for hours. Because you're a person who doesn't collapse under pressure. You convert that pressure into purpose. See, without even knowing it, you've already known the withstand, own, and win method, the WOW method. You've already known this. Because winning requires non-negotiation. That was a big word. Non-negotiation. Winners don't negotiate with excuses. The only thing winners negotiate with are goals. And they say, well, you know what? If I can't reach this goal, at least I got this one. And then when I get that one, well, hey, you know what? We can go to the next one now. They look at the stairway and say, hey, each step is a step closer to the second floor. Each step what I take is closer to the next level. Each step I take is a new standard because we don't go back down, we go up. We don't just raise the ceiling, we raise the floor with us. They negotiate with their destiny. Because every time you shut down an excuse, you open up another door to your future. You open up another super highway to your legacy that you're going to leave. Every time you silence that hesitation, that procrastination, you activate momentum. and you get a step closer to your dreams, your goals, your house, your business, your family. God gave you a dream and you're not lazy. And every time you silence that hesitation, every time you silence that procrastination, every time you silence those excuses that come out of thin air and say, it's okay, we'll be comfort just for one more day, we can start tomorrow. Every time you silence those, you activate a section, a special part in you that gets you closer to your dreams, closer to your goals, closer to what you really are supposed to be doing. Because when you refuse to negotiate, you negotiate with your future. And a lot of people out there listen to fear. It's like their little shoulder monkey. Yeah, the shoulder monkey. They got a little shoulder monkey named Fear. Constantly saying, "Don't do that. You might you might fail. Don't do that. You might lose money. Don't do that. You might look foolish. Don't do that. You're tired. Don't do that because you're this." And when you listen to that little shoulder monkey, you kill your future. You destroy your dreams. So refuse to deal with that little shoulder monkey and negotiate with your future. Because when you act on that stuff, when you act on that moment of saying, you know what, I'm not going to listen to you, I'm going to focus on what I need to get done to get my dreams. Because that's when you're supposed to be acting on it, not thinking, not planning, not preparing, but acting. That way you can beat that little bugger off your shoulder and you can go after the dreams that you have. Because in all essence, action is the antidote to excuses. Ooh. Action is the interpreter of fear. Ah. Action is the proof of your identity. Ha 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 ha. You see where I went there, huh? Because see, when you try and actually start doing stuff to protect your dreams, to protect your goals, to protect your concerns, you're a winner. Because winners don't negotiate with excuses. And if you're up there trying and talking to your goals and your dreams and laying the groundwork for future expansion with them, laying the groundwork to achieve them, laying the groundwork so you know how you're going to go about it, you're not procrastinating. You're building. And that's the thing. They think about it. Not plan, not prepare, but think. So, and that's where action is the antidote for excuses. Action is the interpreter of fear. Action is the proof of your identity. Yep. I love it. Huh? So tonight I want you to make one decision. It's easy. Stop negotiating with your excuses. Stop giving them room at your table. Stop letting them vote on your future. Stop letting them speak louder than your calling. Because you have withstood more than people know. You've owned more than people seen. It's time to win in a way that nobody can ignore. Because tonight you need to choose one excuse you've been negotiating with and eliminate it. Throw it out. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Step out of this room and make your next move your loudest one yet. Because I believe in you. You need to start believing in you. You need to go to my live school community. It's up in a bio. Start.wowwithobit.com. There you can see my merch that I've got. Got some really cool stuff. I got shirts. There you can try and check out my book that I just released. There you can also try and sign up for the school community. It's free. Or if you want me to come and talk to your event, you got a link there too. So on that thought, people, I'm going to get out of here for the night. Remember, you've withstood more than you know. You've owned more storms than people have seen. It's time to win in a way that nobody can ignore and step up into the future that you claim you want. Let go of those excuses. Let go of those procrastination, whatever. And just go with it. Just go with it. Because I believe in you. Check out